Gary, trip to Stevenage on Saturday. On paper, that looks like quite a tough game with them being unbeaten at home and having a good start to the season. But what are you expecting from the game?
Yeah, we're expecting a tough game. We know what it's like to play there. We obviously lost last year and drew the previous season with a brilliant performance with 10 men. But we know the team. They're very they're the same in terms of how they've set up for the last number of years. They're very aggressive. They make you defend. They make you compete, and we have to be ready for that. But we also have to be ready to control the game, to play our way, to impose our style in the game. And yeah, it's always a really tough challenge. I think Alex Ravel's done a brilliant job. He's somebody I signed as a player on loan when I was at Wigan many years ago now. So it's always good to come up against him, and yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge.
We didn't get the result we wanted on Tuesday night, but the performance, was a good one. Are you hoping that bits of that are taken into Saturday and we start on the front foot and attack them?
Yeah, what I really liked how I felt in the start of the game, the players, we took time to get into it, but I thought their effort, their energy, the way we set up defensively was very strong, and we didn't concede any chances. We actually created 2 big chances in that opening period on counter-attack. I then felt once we grew into the game, I thought our in possession got much better, our bravery to play got much better, and by the second half, the end of the game, I thought we were the better team. I thought we were the team in the ascendancy and the team that was looking to try and score and try and get back in the game and go on and win the game, but it wasn't to be. So I think we have to take a lot of positives from that. It's always negative to lose, it's always not nice to lose, but I think there is definitely signs from the way the players, the intent the players showed, the way the players behaved in that second half and how they went about it, I thought was really good, and we have to take that into Saturday.
Over the last 2 games, we've probably seen different combinations of players playing together or in different positions. Does that make your life a bit more difficult picking for this Saturday?
Yeah, it does. From Tuesday, I said to the players who were playing, go and give me a real problem, and I thought a few players did that. They played at a really high level. They showed the quality we know they have. They played with bravery. They played on the front foot, and that has given the coaching staff something to think about. We'll obviously train as a group tomorrow, but today was a bit split in terms of some players who played were still recovering, other players done full training. But yeah, we've had discussions about players from Tuesday and from Saturday, and what the team looks like still has to be decided.
With that midweek game and a long trip on Friday, how does that affect your preparation? How does it look, and what does tomorrow look like for the team?
So the team, over the years we've tried a number of different things in terms of what Friday looks like, but we've stuck to this for probably about a year now. We've been doing the 9 o'clock start tomorrow morning training, so the players come in for 8:15. We have a meeting, our last meeting in terms of preparation for the game, which is normally a review meeting of the tactical work that we've done in preparation for the game. Then we'll train 9 till 10. Probably, if it does go over an hour, it will be kind of 65, maybe 70 minutes max. And then we'll have some food, and then the players will try and get on the bus for 11:15 and miss the M5 traffic. What are we going tomorrow? Stevenage, M5,
My
M4.
geography is terrible, but that sounds
right?
about right.
Yeah, mine's is worse. So yeah, so we'll try and miss as much traffic as we can, get to the hotel as early as we can. We always like to, when we get there, do some recovery work, whether that be foam rolling and kind of massage and stretching, or in the pool, and then we'll have dinner, and the players should be ready to go.
You're looking at probably like 12 hours on a coach there in 36 hours period. What do you do around fatigue just from that, because it does take it out of you, doesn't it, just sitting on a coach for such a long time?
Yeah, it's tough, and the players, I think when we spend that time together, I think we build relationships, and socially I think it's really good for the squad that we spend that time together. We play cards, we do different things on the bus. The buses, we've got a new bus this year which has been excellent in terms of, so the comfort we travel, the hotels we stay in are very good, and that I think helps the players recover and helps the players prepare in the right way.
You mentioned it earlier, but it was a tough game there towards the end of last season where we were beaten 4-1. Is there anything you can take from that to avoid maybe this Saturday? Any learnings that we can take into this game? I know it'll be, different players you'll be up against probably, but
I think similar to how we've been probably recently, like we can't give the game away. I felt like we did start that game really well. We scored in the first minute, first attack. We created a really big chance that led to a penalty and we scored. And then after that, we didn't kind of capitalise on that. We then gifted them 2 goals and we almost handed them the points. And that's something we have to, eradicate as a team, where we want to be a team that, everything somebody gets against us, they have to work extremely hard. So whenever you go away from home, you have to be, aggressive, you have to be organised, you have to, be in the game if you want to go and win it. So the big message is that we want to go there and be a threat, but we also don't want to hand the game away. So the players are clear on what that looks like. Like I said, we'll finish that up tomorrow in terms of last preparations, and we'll be ready to go at 3 o'clock.
Sweens, Johnley and Ryan Rydell got minutes on Tuesday. Did they all come through okay on that, and how are we looking ahead of Saturday's game?
Yes, Sweens and Johnley done some part training today. Ryan tried to do some, but he's feeling a little bit stiff and sore still in his hamstring. We hope it's not too bad, and we'll assess that in the next 24 hours.
And obviously Jack Aitchison went off in the first 10 minutes against Port Vale. Is there any update on how he's doing?
Jack's got a ankle problem, which again could have been worse. Will probably be 10 to 14 days.
I guess that's frustrating for him as well, because he's shown some really strong form at the start of the season, obviously after having a bit of a disjointed one last season.
It is, yeah. He started the season extremely well. He was in a really good place, and it was just a tackle where he kind of caught his ankle and rolled it, but it was really swollen early and we were worried about it, but it's actually been pretty good news to know that it's not going to be as long.
I also won, Carlos Mendes Gomez, Akil Higgins and Sil Swinkle's obviously been missing in recent times. Is there any news around those?
Yeah, Sil and Akil have both trained all week and are fully fit, ready to go. Carlos unfortunately has picked up quite a bad injury in his adductor and will need surgery, which he is getting on Monday. And the timescale we've been given by the surgeon is 10 to 12 weeks. So that's a really big blow, because he seemed like a fantastic character. He was a very obviously talented player that showed signs of that in his first game. But unfortunately he's picked up this injury where we'll help him, we'll get him back as quick as we can, and hopefully we see him at the kind of turn of the year.
And with the majority of these players returning ready for selection, does that make your life easier or harder, and does that give a lot of competition for places that you're going to see in training and people trying to force their way onto that pitch?
Both. It makes it easier in a way to hopefully pick a winning team, but makes it harder obviously leaving good players out and leaving people who are hopefully training well out, because there's so many good players that are back fit and available. So it can only be a good thing for me.